Hello guys, it's me R1 CRAZYHEAD from the Missing Ward, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. Destrom set us in a replay of his Zac Jungle play, and instead of focusing the game on as a whole, we're going to focus on his jungle matchup and his jungle play. So hopefully we can improve his Zac play, we can improve the Zac play of other players, and just improve overall jungle play through this video. So with that being said, the current matchup is Zac versus Graves. Um, Graves has early ganks, but Zac's early ganks are stronger. Zac's a much stronger early game champion, and Zac's going to spike way harder in the mid game. But eventually, Graves will outscale him. So this is something to keep in mind. Like Zac's job is to get 3 and gank, 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 gank. And since I haven't seen this yet, I'm doing this straight cold turkey because I don't want to work under any presumptions. Um, I didn't get a chance to find out what his runes of mastery was, but I'm going to go ahead and show you what I prefer to run when I play Zac. These are the masteries I prefer. These are the runes that I prefer. Um, these are a little bit different than something you might have seen. Part of the reason why I stopped playing Zac was because Courage of the Colossus is necessary for Zac, and it got nerfed just too much. But a lot of people run 12 in Ferocity instead of 12 in Cunning. I think the Ferocity nerfs really hurt him, so that's another reason running Cunning. And then the interesting pick on that side of the tree is the Greenfather's Gift over Dangerous Game. And the reason why you run Greenfather's Gift over Dangerous Game is because with Zac you don't really need to like quote unquote reset. You pick up your blobs, and a lot of times you're elastic slingshotting from the bush, and it gives you just that extra bit of damage for almost no cost and very little cooldown. So that's probably the only controversial point in that tree, other than the fact that we're running Cunning altogether. Runes, again, there's some people that agree with this, and there's some people that disagree with this. And let me be the first one to tell you that the meta is not like fact. The meta is not fact. It is just widespread opinion. Like everybody could believe something, and it could be wrong. But there's a few other players that are running the runes like I'm running, which is scaling CDR blues, scaling CDR quints, scaling armor yellows, and flat magic pen reds. And the reason for this is you only end up needing one CDR item, which is Spirit Visage, which I personally rush. I finish the smite item and I rush Spirit Visage, and then I get the Cinder Hulk, and that's all the CDR you'll ever need. You'll be at cap. So with that being said, let's start the replay up and see what we can find. Destrom is blue side, which means he should start red. Rushing out the gate to defend the invade, that's good. Okay, so if I were in Destrom's shoes, I would take red, take golems, take raptors, and then gank bottom or mid. Because you got to get the ganks off as fast as possible. And it was really good that he laid that ward, because that could have been really ugly. Remember, guys, especially against the Blitzcrank, right? I mean, just in general, but especially against the Blitzcrank, you guys need to run out there and defend your jungle. If your enemy takes your jungler's jungle, then like just puts them behind it, and you're gonna flame them all game. Jungling's not as easy as people make it out to be. Follow Destrom. He knows that Blitzcrank ordered this, so he should pull this out, but let's see what he does. He doesn't pull it out. Yeah, when Blitzcrank wards like that, I mean, you know they were in your jungle. You should pull it into the bush so that nobody yeah, see Blitzcrank was coming for the pull, so nobody can pull it. And another thing is you shouldn't smite your first buff. Bottom gives you strong enough for the leash not to smite it. And you can use your smite on something harder like wolves or wraiths. Like with smite, um Zac can take down raptors really quickly. Or even wolves. Like wolves would already be over. He didn't need the smite on that red. So try to hold your smite for the first buff after the first buff, guys. It'll speed up your clear a lot. But once he hits 3, he should be looking for a gank here. Ganks with Elastic Slingshot are too strong. And like I said, I would have started with the bottom lane. But Camille seems to be winning top as it is, so he's on the wrong side of the map. If he gets into a power farming contest with Graves, he's gonna lose. Like Zac generally ends up with like 100 less CS a game than someone like Graves, because the CS doesn't really do much. All you do is get big and healthy. Bottom, so I'm not pushing him with a Blitzcrank so he can't go there. This is something else that's dangerous. Graves has the ability to kill him right now. It might not seem like it, but Graves could totally just kill him. So after clearing that much of your jungle and going for that scuttle, that is very dangerous. If you're going to do that, I'm gonna pause the game. If you're going to do that, what he just did, which is take the scuttle, what I would do is I would ward this bush right here, just to make sure you can see him coming, and I would drive the scuttle up north. That way you can see the Graves coming, and you can drive the scuttle up north. Because if you don't do that, Graves could always jump in and just kill you. Remember, Graves has red smite and ranged, and your elastic slingshot isn't very long. He can either kill you, pop your passive, take your flash away, send you home so you can't gank. Like there's a lot of negative things that can happen if you don't do that. So if you want to take the scuttle, make sure you ward this push right here, and you force the scuttle up. It's a good job. He hit his E. Alright. So it's good that he got the kill off. But on Zac, you want to try to give your kills as much as possible to your teammates. Like Talon's going to scale way harder with that kill than you are. And again, Zac was a champion designed to gank bottom lane. So when you play Zac, you should be focused on bottom lane. Still clearing. He's going to have to buy soon. Camille killed Riven again, which is good. Yeah, Zac's really got to gank the Twitch. He's got to get his bottom to not push as far up and just gank the Twitch, because if they lose, it's going to end up being the Twitch's fault. What did you buy? See, I have a huge issue with Stalker's Blade, right? You don't need the wards. Like, you don't. You need the slowing effect from Chilling Smite. Um, yeah. That is like my major complaint here, is that he doesn't need that. And he missed the elastic slingshot, which is fine. Mechanics can improve. But yeah, like no word to note, guys. Like again, meta. Like I said, meta isn't set in stone, but like the highest win rate on Zac comes from using Chilling Smite. I know some people really like Division, but I mean, I'm telling you right now, Jillink's Might is stronger. Look at bottom. Bottom is ripe for the gank right now. He could totally dive that. He has passive. They have Soraka and Caitlyn. Like, he needs to kill this lane. Like I said, I haven't seen the replay. I don't know what happens, but if he loses, I'm telling you it's because he didn't gank bottom and Twitch got fed. Like there's no jungle up. Twitch is, look at this. Twitch is less than half health, and these are free kills to be had. Like this needs to be dove in here. And Talon's dead again. I would almost completely ignore that lane. It got really messed up after he didn't give the first kill away. Again, as Zac walks aimlessly through the jungle, Blitz and Twitch under half health. Like this is an easy dive. So he's turning this into a power farming contest with Graves right now. Like, I mean, he does have one gank off, but he's going to get outskilled by Graves. He needs to abuse his early game. Like, this red buff should give him Let's Bounce, and then he really has to gank bottom with it. The problem with waiting until 6 to gank is, like, Graves is ready to gank at 6 too. So this might end poorly now, because, nope, Graves is low. But yeah, he really has to gank bottom. See, I don't know why Zac isn't diving this. I have no idea. Like now bottom's gonna die. Bottom's gonna die because Zac hasn't ganked yet. I haven't seen it yet. Let's see what happens. At least he got the kill off on Echo. But he just gave up 3 kills bottom by not ganking bottom again. Like, there are 2 kills to be had bottom every time. And Zac is one of them champions that can deal with 2 people at once. Talon's already proved he can't win against Echo. And Camille's already proved that she can beat Riven, so why not go for the 50-50 lane? Our late game Twitch is nothing to scoff at. Like, their late game's gonna be terror. So much of the game is decided, unless you're playing an unconventional jungler, I mean like a power farmer, like Kale or Yi or something along those lines, then so much of the game is decided in the early 15 minutes of the jungling. And I mean, blue team's up, but I don't think blue team's up and has enough of an impact early game to scale this into a win. Zac missed his E. Now Graves is gonna bully him. See, Graves really hurts him. Graves is a really strong jungler right now, and you can't get into a power farming contest with him. Zac was a level higher than him, and Graves still punched him in the face. Like, he'll be lucky if he doesn't lose half his jungle to Graves. Yeah, Zac can't fight Graves. Another part of this is not having a smite item. Look, Graves has red smite. Zac has wards. Now Graves is gonna probably ulti the. Oh, Graves didn't try to kill him. I'm really surprised Graves didn't try to kill him. Yep, there it is. Yep, I told you. Like I said, Graves can't fight Zac. I mean, Zac can't fight Graves. And lack of a smite item just expedites that process. So, yeah. Now, Graves is freely roaming into his jungle without repercussion. And because of that, Camille lost her flash. So now Camille's down flash for Shriven. What did Zac buy? See, Zac finished Cinderhulk, which I don't necessarily agree with. I don't think Cinderhulk gives enough health early game to justify buying it. I think you need a health item before that, which is generally speaking Spirit Visage, like I said before. And Spirit Visage synergizes so well with your kit. This could be also on point. But yeah, back to the whole thing. Like, he's getting 80 bonus health from Cinderhulk. He could have nearly had Spirit Visage. And it's just better for him right now. And on top of that, look at this. So he has Yellow Trinket, and he has Tracker's Knife, and he only has one ward placed. So if your justification is use Vision, right? At least use the Vision. Even though I still think you run Boost Man on him. Now, Graves is doing the thing that I told Zac to do the entire time, which is terrorize bot lane. Now they're finally down. I mean, Zac just picked up a lucky kill, but still. Zac should have been just destroying bot lane all game. Like, dive after dive after dive. Now again, let's just pause for a second. So, we have what's going on the map. We have Zac just killed Graves and took the dragon, which is, it's good, right? It's not bad. But before that, Graves came bottom and brutalized the bot lane. So these two are kind of nullified, right? Now Zac here decided he would go for the counter jungle instead of defending first turret off Echo. Like, this blue buff is not worth this much gold. Like, they just gave this tower up so Zac could get this blue buff, and that's not a good trade. That's not a fair trade. Like, as a jungler, you have to keep your map born as high, and you can't just make this trade here. Like, yes, Graves doesn't have a blue, but Graves doesn't need blue. If anything, Graves needs red more than blue. So, to selfishly try to take blue here just penalizes his entire team. And let's get started again. Zac is 3-1, which again isn't bad, but there's so many missed opportunities for ganks on the table, especially bottom, that Zac should probably be running around with at least 10 assists. And another thing is, like, everything Zac's been involved in, he got the kill. Yes, he solo killed Graves at the dragon, which he earned, but at the best, you need to try to be giving away your kills. At this point, he probably doesn't even need red and could be giving it to Caitlyn. And it's now 14 minutes in, and he hasn't ganked bottom. He's still farming. Like, the whole 80 carry 2K16 meme and 2K17 meme isn't actually a meme. It's like a serious thing. 80 carry is hurting right now, and Zac can punish them badly. And they could have been so far ahead. And now, like, see, Zac walks bottom. Let's pause. Zac walks bottom as Talon engaged on Echo. Okay, if Zac was here, Zac would have helped pick up the Echo kill. But Zac wasn't watching the map, right? And then Zac walks bottom and sees them run away, and then he runs back up. Now, this is literally 20 seconds of meaningless walking. You're not farming, you're not getting deep wards, you're not doing ganks. Like, you need to move with a purpose, like with an absolute purpose. And if you do not have a purpose in what you're doing, and you find yourself at times like objectiveless, not from the standpoint of like towers or dragons, but of like what should I do next, that is a problem, and that is something that needs to be addressed. If you have questions on stuff like this, just like and comment below on the video, and I'd be happy to go over some like other scenarios of what should be happening. And with that, we'll resume. And now Zac is just standing there. This Camille is going ham. The problem is Camille's not a very strong champion right now. She tends to fall off. Yeah, the nerf's really hurt Camille. She's falling off. I mean, she got a kill. It's only up one kill. And they're up a dragon, and it's not even a good one. See, Blitz, they should have held bottom all game. And I'm telling you right now, Twitch is gonna ask about Caitlyn. It's gonna be a disaster. Like I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen the game, but I'm predicting a loss, and I'm predicting it coming from Twitch Graves, because he didn't punish the lanes enough, so Graves power farmed, and he didn't punish Twitch at all, so Twitch has just been. I mean, he's been struggling against Kate, but he vastly outscales Kate. So this is just what I think is going to happen based off the information presented. And like I said, the majority of the game is decided in the first 15 minutes. Now, the red team could always throw, but this is just where I think the game is going. And again, Zac's just standing there. I want to point out right here that he still has Tracker's Knife, still has Yellow Trinket, and he has no wards placed. I mean, that was Talon's fault. Zac can't do anything about it. This is a bad team fight. Zac wasted his ult, and he needed to E out right away. There it is. Graves and Twitch. And that, my friends, is the beginning of the end of the game. You had to punish Graves in the other lane. I mean, you had to punish the other lanes early. You had to force Graves out of the jungle to come help his team, and you just didn't do that. Let's see what Zac has now. So, I advise rushing Sphere Visage, and right now he's working on a second item, and he's only getting randoms. And now Graves has finally come out of the jungle. Graves has 11 more CS up on him, and he also has a higher kill participation. He's been a part of 5 kills. Zac's only been a part of 3. Graves actually has more assists too, which is kind of funny because Graves is one of the champions that can take all the kills. Twitch is now 3-0-2. Echo is 7-4. At this point, the next dragon is spawning, so Zac needs to be using his Tracker's Knife, which he should not even have ever bought, and his other wards to start setting up for this dragon. And he's going after this Graves, but he cannot kill this Graves. You know when you chase this far, no vision, teammates are coming. Graves is a monster right now. He is such a good champion. And they're paying for this dragon, but I don't think there's any way they can do it. And again, nobody's defending middle from this Echo. This Echo is just free pushing. And Echo hit a double stun. And they're fleeing, they're not peeling. Yeah, this game's toast. This game is only going to go downhill from here. I think watching any more of this would be, it would just be a slow bleed and a waste. So I'm going to fast forward to the end and see if I'm right. Let's speed the plays up. Red team seems to be slowly snowballing their advantage. Zac is still power farming. We're up to 2 times normal speed. Like I said, over the course of the last 15 minutes, they're slowly bleeding out. There has been a major team fight, but they're losing objectives and they're slowly bleeding out. Zac finally caught up to Graves in CS, but Graves still has a way higher kill participation. Echo's running around with the Wrath of God. Twitch is still getting free farm. Like, yeah, the impact. I mean, there can be a lot of things that can be blamed on this loss, from teammates' play to other things. But I mean, if you yourself want to improve, I would focus on the things that I outlined earlier on in this video. But as you can see, they're systematically just taking the base as predicted. Let's skip forward another couple minutes. Like Twitch. Oh, Camille finally got on Twitch. Twitch is a monster. But Graves is still in the back line. Echo is just pushing mid and killing their back line. Like I said, Graves Twitch. It's just a slow bleed. They're up 5k gold. They're down 2 kills and they're up 5k. It's because they're taking everything on the map. They're counter jungling. They're taking towers. Zac finally picked up his Spirit Visage. And he's 5-3-2. I mean, he has a respectable score. It's not like he's playing bad. Talon's 1-7. Kate's 1-5. Soraka's 1-2. Camille's 9-2. I'm only, like I said, I'm only focused on Zac, so I'm criticizing and critiquing his play. I'm letting him know what he can do better in the future because, I mean, there is things he could do better, and if your goal is to climb, you need to do something. You need to work to do better every game. Nobody's perfect. There will always be mistakes, but the goal is to limit these mistakes. But let's speed this back up again for the sake of time. We're at 3 times speed. They finally shut down Echo. They should probably try to take Baron off that. Alright, let's get back to shut down an Echo. Okay. So you finally shut down Echo. Okay? Echo is 13-7. Echo is the majority of their kills, right? You finally got him. It is now 28 minutes into the game, and you are in a losing situation right now, right? You will be outscaled. So, as a jungler, what can you do to maximize your chances of winning the game? Okay. You're currently the same level as Graves, and Echo's dead for 50 seconds. Now, we haven't seen what they do yet, but you should rush Baron here. Like, rushing Baron is tantamount. Like, you have to rush the Baron. You either have to get Talon to assassinate Graves, or you need to prey on your outsmite. But right now, you're in a losing game. Like, look, you're down 1 kill, and you're down 5k. So you need to take Baron here, and let's see what the team does. They're pinging mid tower, which is in fact not Baron. Talon is splitting bottom. You just killed the most fed player on their team, and you're going to split bottom? And as a jungle main, you're the primary shot caller. You need to keep calling this out. They got Graves. They got Blitz, it looks like. I mean, that's not a bad trade, but again, that's not Baron. Got up, light down. Echo is just bringing down hell upon this team. Yeah. Like I said, this is a scaling matchup. Like, this is definitely a scaling matchup. Like, they're going to outscale you. So now red team is the team pinging Baron because the jungler's dead. Like, the play was for Baron a while ago. And now it looks like red team's going to end up with this Baron. I want to jump back a little bit, back to this team fight. Let's jump back further. Further. Okay. Um, Zac. Zac, you see how Zac's on this side of the tower? Zac should have been on the other side of the tower to avoid exactly what was happening. Like, there's death timers for a reason, like you knew Echo was up, right? So you don't even want to be anywhere near the circle. Second, when you see Echo, just run. Everybody needs to run. Champion is friggin' huge. Like, you gotta go. You just gotta flee from him. So he should have been on the other side of this. I'm gonna slow down the play here. I mean, he misses, yes, but he gets the shield. And Kate didn't start running immediately, right? And then Zac runs back in. Zac bounced late. Camille missed her stun. He's slowing Zonius. Zac had to get away. He walked back and forth. I don't know how he didn't see that happening. Kills him. Honestly, like, if I was Echo, I would have rolled at Soraka. I mean, Camille can fight him, but Camille can't do enough damage for him to kill anybody else, before he kills everybody else. That's two kills that should have never happened. They should have, if they positioned better and then they just ran away, they would have done better. So let's speed this back up to normal speed. Right now, blue team is actually up in kills now, but they're still down in gold, and I don't think it matters again because they're getting outscaled. So it's looking like blue team might lose Baron here, and the reason they're gonna lose Baron here is because they didn't take Baron to begin with. Like, you can go back to the tower play that just happened, but I mean that's true. But to an extent, if they would have just taken Baron when they had the opportunity to take Baron, then you'd never be put in this situation. And Camille got caught. I wouldn't be surprised if red team pushed the win. Like, this fight is already a lost cause, and you're diving in. Like, that fight was beyond a lost cause. I don't know how they both hit that trap. And then Zac went in. Like, you can't go in on this. Like, this fight is over. At this point, I don't have any problems with Zac's build. He has the items he needs. I just have the problems in which the orders once got him. And again, he never should have went in there. Like, there was no reason to go in there. He didn't have his DPS properly set up to back him up. And there's a fire dragon up, which red team's in a position to get. They're all going to appeal to Echo, which, I mean, they kind of have to at this point. But that's a lack of jungle pressure early. That's why he's better than God. Four people, and he kills Soraka. And they got the fire dragon. So a team that scales hard already is going to continue to scale. That Samite item is really hurting Zac right now. And now his team is picking a fight and he's not with them. Let's see how the fight turns out, but Zac should try to be with them. And as predicted, it turned out poorly because Zac is split pushing top for some reason as a team fighting tank. Right now, red team has 3 dragons. They have a fire and 2 rocks. Like, this is... I guess, like I said before, I said this probably 10 minutes ago at the 15-minute mark, that this was going to be a slow bleed after they didn't stop the early game. Echo has 16 kills. Twitch has 3 items. Like, this is pretty much toast, guys. And now Zac's getting ready to jump in. I don't know if he actually jumps in. Like, there's no reason to jump in here. There's nobody here to back you up. Like, what do you intend on doing to them? Tickling them? If you lose your GA here being just doing silly things, like, I don't know what to tell you. Seems like it worked out for him there. But I would have waited for backup for sure. Echoes R just broke Camille ult for anybody that just wanted. I mean, this is a non-jungle thing, but this is something I want to point out. Okay, watch this. Ready? See, Camille is coming into R. That is Camille's R, right? See, it just went on cooldown. Right? This is pretty neat. And Echo notices that Camille's R is going off. So before Camille lands, Echo jumps. So now Echo's R is down and Camille's R is down. So Echo just nullified Camille's R with his ult. That's not jungle related, but that's just something I wanted to point out. This actually isn't a bad fight to pick because their jungle, not the jungle, their Twitch is down. So this is a fight you might actually be able to win. Oh, back to the Spirit Visage thing, and it's something I didn't notice at the time. I read Spirit Visage anyway, but it made even more sense in this game because there's a Soraka, and you should have been camping bottom. Just a little tidbit of advice. Question is, now that Zac has J, what do you build? Honestly, with the pressure they have in your lanes, I'd probably build a Z0, but it's up to him. Looks like he's building a Deadman's. Oh, good stun. Here's what's gonna happen, okay? Pause. Alright, here's what's gonna happen. They pick him, okay? They pick this guy. And Zac's coming down to fight Twitch. Right? But again, we have our team fighting jungle, not with his team. Alright? And like the enemy team knows that he's coming down to pick Twitch. So now I got Zac and Blitz. Riven and Blitz following this guy. Right? Talon's pushing out the wave, which is kind of okay. But just from what I've seen, it looks like Soraka and Caitlyn are going to push for this tower. But if they do, they're going to lose this mid inhib. And Zac needs to be coordinating with them on what they should be doing. Zac shouldn't even be here right now. Everybody should be around this inhibitor getting ready to start. Like, yes, you picked up the kill, but the second you picked up the kill, you need to recall. Like, Camille had the right idea. But Soraka is searching for wards so they don't get killed, and Kate's looking to push the tower. And towers are important, but your mid inhibitor is exposed. So let's see what happens. Zac's chasing Twitch. Twitch gets away. Kate's pushing top. Zac's by himself again. Straight up gets caught. We got a TP coming in from Camille. They just saved Zac. They just saved Zac at the expense of Camille's TP, which is really important. Soraka's backing, Kate's backing, but that tower push might have just cost the mid inhibitor. Or Twitch is backing for some reason. I have no idea. Twitch shouldn't have backed. Or even tried to back. But again, Zac went in before his team was ready. It was actually a really good team fight for blue team. They did better than I thought they were going to do. But part of it was Echo wasn't in the fight. And then pause, go back. Like, I know this is supposed to be a jungle video, but it's just something that I want to point out because it'll help everybody. Alright, right here. Right here, when Twitch decides to recall, that's when they lost this inhibitor. They could have gotten that inhibitor if he never tried to do that. But let's jump back forward to where we are. They lose the team fight. They kill their whole team. Echo's coming. The only reason they won that fight is because Echo wasn't there. Let's see what they do. Baron's spawning. The next dragon is spawning. I believe that's Elder, right? Zac is now doing Wraiths while Echo is getting caught. Echo's throwing so hard. Yeah, this Echo's the reason why this game hasn't ended yet. But again, with Blue's up 4 kills, 3 kills, and they're still down 3k. And again, like, blue team needs to be looking to rush Baron here. Just flat out, like, they have, like a, what is it, like a 17 kill Echo dead? 16 kill Echo dead? But they need to make sure they have Grave zoned off this. Let's see what happens. And Twitch smited it. Neither jungler smited it. Like, it's like, yeah, that's rough. You gotta hit the smite there. Okay, so they're paying you for mid right now. Okay, so right now they're paying you for mid. Okay, but Blue's entire team's up, and their Nexus is under siege right here, or their Nexus towers are under siege. All right, so instead of paying for mid, which is, I mean, it's an okay choice. What you do is you send Driven back to the base to deal with that, and you bring your whole team to do Elder Dragon. Because if you let red team get Elder Dragon after letting them get the Baron, you lose. And how Twitch smited that over Graves and Zac is, I don't know, that's kind of baffling. Instead, 3 people backed for this turret that they lost anyway, and now 2 people are pushing mid. And Echo's going to kill her. There's nothing she can do. Now, because they have no AD carry, they're going to lose. They're going to lose Elder. They'd be lucky, and Zac just lost his GA. Maybe. We'll see. Nope, Zac's GA's down. Too much being off by yourself or with one person. Like, the spam pings on Elder should have came out. And now Red has a little bit of Baron on somebody, right? Echo have it? Nope, Echo doesn't have it. Oh, Blitz is Baron. And there goes Red Team, making the right call here. You have to remember how much they just lost there. The Baron got smited. They might have won the team fight, but Zac lost GA and passive. And then there goes Elder. They're gonna push for one. And Echo again is just doing stuff by himself. Echo just should not be by himself like that. Riven shouldn't have done that either. Again, don't think it matters. Oh, way overextended Caitlyn. Zac's still responding from his mistake. Everybody goes in one by one. And that is, as I predicted, GG on the Rift. Alright guys, if you like the content or you like the video and you want to see more of it, please like and subscribe. I'd love to see your comments, whether you hate me or you love me. Like, I just love to see it. Thank you.